When radio first came around, it was simple. It was news, music, created to perfection. When podcasting showed up, everything changed. By the time 2020 hit, the world was in chaos. People weren't just looking for news anymore. They wanted to escape, to laugh, to hang out. They wanted to podcast and chill. Then came the Stewed, a radio reject, jobless, recording in a living room, using podcasting as a lifeline.
Okay, so welcome to our first podcast. We've been wanting to do this for so long, dude.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? But anyway, so listen, it's our first podcast. We couldn't come up with a name. What name are we going with, guys?
I think we should let people come up with a name first, because we don't have one right now.
We do have a couple, actually.
I don't like them.
We've got Podcast and Chill with MacG.
Today, that same guy was the biggest podcasting channel in Africa. Meet MacGyver Mukwevho, better known as MacG, the founder of Podcast and Chill.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. The biggest podcast in Africa. One level of radio, please. One level of radio is not possible.
What makes G unique? Honestly, the fact that he doesn't care, like, at all.
Fuck everybody, we ain't going nowhere. We're still here, chillers. As long as you want us here, we're gonna keep on rocking. Fuck everybody else.
Story starts in Venda, born into a family of wealth, legacy, and land. His grandfather had 5 wives. He had more land than the chief. Then came the move to Joburg with his mother. That's where he saw kids his age on TV and thought, wait, I can do that. So barefoot, he walks to ETV studios and he tells them, I want to be on TV. The craziest part, he auditions on the spot and it starts the next day. From early on, MacG knew something most people take years to learn. If you want something, you get off the bench and you make plays. After high school, his mom suggests he drives taxis from the family business while figuring out this radio obsession he had. And so while driving, something started to click. He would chat up with celebrity passengers, sharpening his own air voice. Eventually, he met Dineo Ranak. He believes in his spark and helped him land his first radio gig. He was young, talented, and black, and the youngest on a radio station. But he never really broke through. He would bounce from gig to gig, always close but never crowned, until it was not renewed again. So he was back home with no job, with the mic collecting dust, but he had a choice. And it was true MacG fashion. He just pressed record. No sponsors, no budget, just him, the living room, and real conversation. It wasn't about being big, it was about being real, and people started to listen. Which begs the question, how to start a cult? Here's the thing, MacG didn't build a following. The following built him. They weren't friends, they were family, they were a tribe. A cult called the Chillers. They didn't come from filters, they came from fire. A fire that radio couldn't contain. It was too risky, he was too real, he was too raw. He never put people on a pedestal. And in return, the Chillers gave him something incredibly rare. They gave him loyalty. His first 500 views, or first break, came from an interview with the biggest female DJ in Africa. You know what his first question was?
You know, a lot of people don't know this. I'm sure you don't know this as well. But when I first met you, I thought you were lesbian, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No filters, no fluff. That's MacG. To dominate the space, you need more than just guts. You need something Thanos would coin as Infinity Stones. But the first stone was the Chillers. A movement, a tribe, a family.
And chillers are so important and they get me into trouble, eh? You know how many friendships I've lost in the industry because of the chillers?
What do they do?
How do they get you in trouble?
Even my relationship, my woman.
Yeah.
Hey. Because I knew from very early on that this thing has to be about the chillers. If it's not gonna go anywhere. So I will do anything
For the sake of these guys.
for the sake of the podcast,
Yeah.
for the sake of content, to entertain them, because every single thing that I have, this thing that I'm wearing, my shoes, my jeans, my car,
The car, yes.
my house where I'm renting, it's all because of them.
Yeah.
Without them, I'm literally nothing. I'm not kidding.
And the second stone was Saul Benduga.
Where's my camera? This one, eh? On Friday, 27th of November, 2020.
Yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to announce our brand new co-host on the biggest podcast in the fucking land. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one and only Saul Benduga.
It was Scotty to MacG's Jordan. It was funny, it was fast, lots of punchlines. In the first show, everything clicked. The chemistry, it was electric. It was like watching Top Gear season 12. And Ghost Lady in the mix, it was a full squad. People weren't just joining in, people came to chill.
And please welcome our special guest today. He's a friend of the show. He's a failed politician now turned podcaster. Actually, in the concert, fuck it, man. He's the best DJ in the fucking world. Yeah, bro. Ladies and gents, for DJ Black Coffee. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for everybody's favorite uncle, Dr.
What in the world? Keep my kids out your fucking mouth! Keep my kids out my fucking money!
Then came something called the paradigm shift. Every great story has a moment of clarity, and moments where God speaks directly to you, moments where you can't express or quantify in an interview. For MacG, it happened in hospital. His grandmother, who was the one that practically raised him, was on her deathbed, and her final words were, "Never leave the mic."
Caster
And so when
MacGyver
advertisers
MacG
pulled
will be
out,
able to report to the
or TV
parliamentary.
shut its doors on him, when Cancel Culture came knocking, he held on to this one thing that always protected him. He dropped a book, hosted live streams and events even in the US, built a digital empire even for other creators, all by staying with the mic, being unapologetically himself. MacG showed the continent, he showed me and you that people don't have to fit in. You just have to be yourself.
It's all in God's hands, because everything that has happened, I can't even explain, you know. I realized a long time ago that this is bigger than me. It's all in God's hands, and I'm just like a passenger. So he's at the steering wheel. When God decides that, okay, cool, it's the peak, it's the end, then that will be. But until then, we keep on pushing.
MacG,
Inda.
keep shining, papi.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you for showing us what's possible.
Yeah.
And most importantly, you are a living example that no means yes.
Yeah.
And for that, keep shining, my brother.
Yeah, but I could have done this alone, man. Thanks to the team, thanks to the chillers. I mean, everything that me and Saul have right now is all because of the chillers.
Yeah.
So we're really, really grateful, really thankful,
Yeah.
and long may it continue.